Hare Krishna. Om Jnana-Timiranda-Shalankaya Chaksharunvilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Hare Krishna. So we'll continue our discussion. So we're discussing how the whole creation, the main purpose of all this understanding is to explain that it is not just uh, according to Bhagavatam, the Acharya, the divisions of this universe is based on consciousness of the living entity. So, to the degree we change our consciousness, to the degree we get access to the higher realms of this creation. So, it is so simple. So, we hear that Sachinandan Maharaj got darshan of Mother Ganges. So, it is very much possible because he has developed different level of consciousness. You could directly see her once. That's what I said. And so, how could they see? And like Prabhupada is seeing Narada Muni and great Acharya sitting when he's giving class, when nobody is there, then devotees were asking, oh, Prabhupada, uh, sorry, nobody was there. Prabhupada said, no, Narada Muni is there and Acharyas are there. So, sometimes the devotees they get darshan of great personalities. So how they are getting it. So that's how it happens. So Vrindavan we say, na, Vrindavan is not geographical location. It's a state of mind. What does it mean? It means that like Prabhupada was doing morning walk and by mistake devotees took them to some place where there are all hippies and they're all means it's not very good environment there. And devotees were apologizing. It's Prabhupada said, no, Vaikunta. Like, how could Prabhupada see Vaikunta there? Because he is in a different state of consciousness. So, that's how it is. It is not, this universe is not separated through this one, what is say, physical dimensions. It's separated through consciousness. It's a metaphysical dimension. So that should be very clear. That's why we don't get access to we don't get access to the which are much more subtler realms. We don't get access. So that should be our understanding. More we are growing in our like the devotees who are in Vrindavan, they can see the leelas of Radha and Krishna. How they are seeing, what they are seeing. So why we are not able to see? We are in the same place only. Now some are seeing, some are not seeing what they are seeing. So that is the difference. It should be understood like that. They are able to get access in Vrindavan only, but something different. And that is how it happens. Somebody works very hard and they are like their love and devotion will help them to achieve something very high. We have to see from our present acharyas also. And the formula is very simple. Only thing is application is difficult. So I'll share some nice points with you related to that. See how our mind works. That is how all the things are there. So presently our mind is working. I was actually yesterday telling that we all live in our mind. So what does it mean? Like we are caught up with so much distractions that are happening. So that's the reason we have to do sadhana. Sadhana basically means to we are uh, making our mind calm. So Bhagavad Gita is trying to tell us the same thing only. So it is explaining that uh, the material consciousness, especially we have material consciousness, and there are so many obstacles in this. So the universal principles of concentration. So what is that? Like what happens is all the disciplines and methods are helping us to remove the contaminations in the mind and make us to focus. If you focus, then we will be able to see. That's how it is. So mind is constantly creating background noise, and because of which we are not experiencing. Even this creation also we are not able to see properly. So what to speak of experiencing God? So the nature of mind is human being is do not truly live in physical dimensions. Even if we are in the physical, like say person is traveling train, but they are in their mind only. They are thinking about their EMI payment, or meeting they're discussing about the thinking about their meeting, or about the chastisement they got from the wife, or whatever. They are already in the train there, but they are in the mind. You are seeing. So the quality of our existence depends on the how much clean our mind is. So how well it is furnished. So how many material contaminations have gathered over lifetime. So Krishna is instructing that yoga is the fundamentally about purification of mind. So pure mind acts a mirror in which Lord can be reflected, right? So any impurity, all the memories, all the attachments, all our family, friends, and relatives, they all create interference. So it happens for anyone also. So our restless mind, when we are sitting, it want to walk. When we are walking, it want to sit. When we are reading, it want to eat. When we are eating, it want to read. So this is how it functions. Like the monkeys of Vrindavan, they are constantly jumping. So Arjuna is also telling, I cannot control my mind. So the point is, because our consciousness is stuck, we are not getting access. That's how it is. It is everything can be seen. You can see the Meru mountain also with your eyes. Only thing is you have to change your consciousness. That's all. And immediately you can see Meru mountain. And if you develop Vrindavan consciousness, we can see Radha Krishna Leela also. So Arjuna is confessing, oh Krishna, it's so difficult. No? Actually, this is an ideal student who can honestly mark. Actually, very important point. Fifth canto, now it is telling about two things. One is about the consciousness of the person who is at a uh, who is means the it is fifth canto is about two types of inner world and external world. So inner world is proportionate to external world. That should be understood. So the nature, it's art. What do you say? That external structure protects the internal growth. So, like Varnashrama is protecting internal growth, and universe itself is designed for evolution. So, this is actually uh, what we are seeing in the sky, the sky above us, and the moral laws within us. So, they they are actually connected to each other. So Srimad Bhagavatam, it says that both the sky and the laws come from the same source, the Supreme Lord. And the point is that if we are changing inside, we get access for outside. So that is what it is. So if you see the first part of fifth canto, it is about Priyavrat Maharaj Agnidhara and Bharat Maharaj. So these three personalities, they are the main thing. One is renouncing before qualified, Privrat Maharaj, and then like he is in the kindergarten, but he want to do PhD. Then Brahma says, no, 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 you are not qualified. So then he goes through family life and he becomes so powerful. All this cosmology is because of Priyas Maharaj only. He only created all these oceans and mountains and all. And then his son Agnidhara is another extreme. He is going through family life, but he want to degrade himself. And then Bharat Maharaj did everything right. He family life right, renunciation right, everything right. But some mistake he did and he has to pay a big price. So, and then immediately cosmology is given. So the teaching is that we have to respect our boundaries and we have to follow the rules. Like say traffic rules are there. They are not to restrict us, but to help us to uh, achieve proper destination. So fifth canto is same thing. So it is shaping our nature. Each of us we have nature. We have to shape. We are shaped by our qualities and the past actions, karmas. So these two things. So this nature isn't a cage. It is more like a river bank. So bank does not stop the river from flowing. It gives the river direction, strength, and purpose. Without bank, the river becomes a swamp. So here, same thing. So when we are understanding fifth canto, it is connected to our internal state, then external. So that's why we have these two sections in the fifth canto about going in a wrong direction. So all these Jambudvipa, it is this is all the moral foundation. So actually Copernicus, he proposed the heliocentric universe. And before Darwin proposed evolution from lower organisms, most of the human civilization is God-centered. You have to know, even in Europe also, and everywhere it was God-centered civilization across the world. But after the scientific ideas, uh, whatever their merits are, they may say it is good or whatever. But actually, what made the difference is fundamentally it shifted how people saw themselves. Suddenly, there was no divine design, no moral law from above. So, no meaningful hierarchy. So, this is where the problem came. So, they felt, there is no divine desire, design. So, it happened by Big Bang, this, that, and Copernicus formulas. And then moral values, yeah, it's based on the time, place, circumstances. It's not coming from hierarchy. It is not coming from some divine source. And then Freud came, who eventually said, "Oh, we are all animals only." That means stop pretending otherwise. So he tried to bring the lowest nature. As a result, a civilization that builds skyscrapers but does not know how to build themselves. A society that advanced technology, but regardless, it degraded morally. So the fifth canto, it is trying to explain a civilization without moral foundation is blind, and a blind leader he falls off the cliff. So Vedic answer is not just reject science, but to understand that the universe itself is a school designed by the Supreme Lord to help souls to evolve. Now, the structure of the universe described in fifth canto, all the 14 planet system, different levels, it is not mythology. It's a cosmic map showing us where consciousness goes depending on our choices. So that means society without envy. So this is one of the most important thing, that the entire canto, it is in two parts. And Prabhupada writes in the purport, society of envy. So when people try to enjoy by show off their wealth, beauty, power, achievement, they build a social environment based on envy. And envy is corrosive. It makes people miserable. If you look around the social media and all, people they are posting everything, whatever they do, whatever they eat. They, like I have a friend. Uh, I will. He, na, he called me once for a breakfast. I went to him. He stays in a holy place only. I went and he said, from last 5 years, I am every day posting my breakfast, and people like his. He is very sattvic person. He makes different varieties of breakfast, and he posts every day, and people like his breakfast. So people post images of their best moments. Others feel inadequate, and there is a comparison, competition, resentment. So this is a society of envy in the digital form. So Varnashrama, this is the first section of fifth canto, properly understands. So it is exactly opposite. It is a society where a Brahmana who deviates from his duties less respected than a Shudra who performs him perfectly. Like if Shudra is doing his duty perfectly, he gets more respect than a Brahmana who is he is deviated. So everyone serves the Supreme Lord according to their nature and capacity. And the goal is elevation, not comparison. So this is actually the crucial thing. If you are trying to build, now it is not possible. Varnashram with first removing, without removing envy from our hearts, we just get exploitation in religious costume only. So this is actually what is happening. Without removing envy, people are trying to build Varnashrama, but it won't happen. So history has shown this repeatedly. So now external structure and internal development. So this is the fifth canto's message. The sthane sthita. Remain in your place. So it's not rigidity, not fearfully, but wisely we have to reside. Like it's like mango with a skin. So it is mango is delicious. Most delicious part is inside. But if you remove the peel, it will get rot within few hours. So Varnashrama is like the skin. It protects the internal spiritual development happening beneath the surface. That's why we see all the Varshas they have Varnashrama setup. So why it is there? To protect. To we all act according to our drunas. We have to act it properly. That's why in all the Varshas there is Varnashrama. So it is the question is not only what is my Varna. The deeper question is, am I developing internally while maintaining my external position? That is the most important. So if a person is a householder, a genuine householder, not half renounced, not half committed, so he gives his full self to the stage, to that stage of life and use it to grow. So the internal growth through hearing the scriptures, chanting, associating with devotees will happen naturally when the external framework is stable and sincere. So that is very important. If we are externally very stable and sincere, internally the growth is happening. So the cosmic picture we live in a school. So the fifth canto describes the universe in extraordinary detail. The horizontal structure of the earth and surrounding the realms, the vertical structure of the 14 planet systems, and the hellish planet described in the final chapter. So we may say, how does it matter? Because understanding the universe change how the understanding of our place by understanding our place in it. So, and especially for us more important because we are living in Karma Bhumi, the land of action. Souls on the higher planets enjoy the fruits of past karma. Souls in the lower planets suffer the result of bad karma. But we here, we can act and change the trajectory. So we can perform dharma, we can make choices, that elevate our consciousness dramatically. So the demigods, that's why themselves are looking upon the human beings with envy, saying, "Arey, you are live very short life, but in the short life we can accomplish what takes us, many millions of years." So, and then we have the final, the hellish planets. It is actually not God's punishment. It's actually natural consequence of transgressing the moral law. So it should be understood like that. So there is a French philosopher, his name is Voltaire. He says the weather is better in heaven, but the company is more exciting in the hell. Choose wisely. So that is the problem for most of the people. So fifth canto is teaching us five interlocking truths. What is that? Follow your nature, don't artificially transcend it before you are ready. That is about Priyavas Maharaj. And then another thing it tells is that avoid both. So Priyavrat is false renunciation and Agnidhara is excessive attachment. Even stumbles are part of journey. If you are sincere, Lord does not abandon you. That is Bharat Maharaj. And another lesson from fifth canto is external structure protects internal growth. That is Varnashrama is like a mango skin. And universe is designed for our elevation. Use things human life wisely because it is a rare, precious gift, this human body. We should use it properly to change our trajectory. And the sky above and the moral laws within, they are both are connected. And it is that both the sky and the law come from the same source, the Supreme Lord, and both are pointing us to go back home, back to body. So that is the point. Class is not recorded. I also don't. Sometimes it happens. No worry. We can repeat. Bhagavatam is always good on this because somewhere or other we can always repeat it so that we we understand it more nicely. Actually, this you might have. Yeah, this is not recorded. Not a problem. Some other time I will repeat. And many things I repeat also. So not a problem. So here we are seeing the same thing which Prabhuji read now. We'll try to read what Prabhupada wrote in the purpose. We completed till 33 yesterday. So Lord Brahma, so every Varsha, we were discussing yesterday that based on the state of consciousness, the taste and modes, they have different way of worshipping the Lord. In one Varsha, there is sun, there is moon. Some Varsha, they worship wind, Vayu, and then there is Agni, and then there is Brahma. So like that, they are worshipping different uh, forms of Lord. So, so earth, water, fire, air, and I am always doubtful who is the Lord for ether. We have earth, Prithvi is there, she has a form, but uh, the demigod I don't know. Anyway, the Shabda is there, maybe the sound god. So here, Lord Brahma is known as Karma Maya, the form of ritualistic ceremony, because by performing ritualistic ceremony, one may attain his position, and because of Vedic ritualistic hymns become manifest from him. He is devoted to Supreme Lord without deviation, and therefore, in one sense, is not different from the Lord. Nevertheless, he should be worshipped not as the monist worship him, but in duality. One should always remain a servitor of Supreme Lord. So therefore, we offer respectfulness to Brahma. So this is how they worship Brahma. So Prabhupada very clearly is telling that demigod worship, how it is. If you know the connection and praying, that's not a problem. You can worship the form of demigods also. But if you know that it's part of the Lord and I am worshiping Lord. So Swadharma Nishta Satajanma Vipuman Virinchita Me. So he has performed the karma for quite 100 life Varnashrama dharma for 100 lifetimes. He got the post of Varma. That's why it's called Karma Mayam. So therefore Brahma is called Brahma Linga, which indicates that entire form of which indicates that his entire form consists of Vedic knowledge. Thereafter, beyond the ocean of sweet water and fully surrounded is the mount of Loka, which divides the countries which are full of sunlight and that are those not lit by the sun. The same thing which Prabhuji said. Beyond the ocean of water is a tract of land as broad as the area between the middle of the Mount Meru and boundaries of Manasottara. Actually, I can show the images, but we will see if Pawan Gorang, sorry, if Prem Gorangpur is not showing the images, then I will show because I don't want to. First, I want to hear from him, then I will show images. Then I will get a different understanding of the cosmic. I didn't hear from him. I want to know. First, we will see what he is showing, and my understanding will develop. Then I can give a good presentation. If I do it before, I may not be able to do it properly. So I am also waiting to hear from him because last time when I heard, it gave me a good understanding. Actually, last class I don't think many understood. Maybe I will try to explain his class also because he is very technical. It's very nice. Basically, whatever the dimensions that are given, they are very proper, accurate, and all. He's trying to establish that point, and he's not giving the what is say physical dimension. It's not what is say. It's not showing you physical form. He's more proving with mathematics, not with physics. Bhavaneshwar is showing the images and showing this is how it looks. But Prem Gorankro is not showing with physics. It is with mathematics. So there is quite a lot of difference. Because if you go with physical dimension, if you show with geometrical these things, then we will not be able to prove it because we cannot see only what it is shown there. So it is on the paper. When you take your telescope, you don't see anything. But if you prove with mathematics, then there is no challenge for it. So it's a good way of proving. I hope you are understanding what I'm telling. Anyway, so because of its golden surface, it reflects light like the surface of a mirror, and any physical article that falls on the earth can never perceive again. All the living entities therefore has abandoned this golden land. So that's why it became Aloka. Loka and Aloka. Aloka means no place. So this he's separating from Loka and Aloka. So Loka means where people can stay. Aloka means people cannot stay. Because it is coming in between and it is separating the other land which is made of gold, Aloka. So nobody can do anything there. And between the land inhabited by the living entities and those that are uninhabited stands a great mountain which separates the two and which is therefore celebrated as Loka and Aloka because you understand, because it is dividing and it is dividing the universe into half. And by the supreme will of Krishna, the mountain known as Loka Loka has been installed as the outer boundary of the three worlds, Bhu, Bhuva, Loka, and to control the rays of sun throughout the universe. All the illuminations from the sun up to Loka distribute their rays throughout the three worlds, but only within the boundary formed by this mountain. Because it is extremely high, extending even higher than Loka, it blocks the rays of illuminaries, which therefore can never extend beyond it. So Prabhupada is telling, when we speak of Lokatraya, we refers to three planets, Shambhu, Bhuva, Swa. So Loka mountain has been established the outer boundary. The vivid description of how the rays of sun are distributed through the different planet system of the universe is very scientific. So Prabhupada is acknowledging it is actually scientific. So Sukadeva Goswami described these universal affairs to Maharaj Parikshit as he has heard about them from his predecessors. He explained these facts 5,000 years ago, but the knowledge extending long before Sukadeva Goswami received it through disciple instruction. Because this knowledge is accepted through disciple instruction, it is perfect. The history of modern scientific knowledge, on the contrary, does not go back more than 500 years. Therefore, even if modern scientists do not accept the other factual presentation of Srimad Bhagavatam, how can they deny the perfect astronomical calculations that extend long before they could imagine such things? There is no such information to gather from Srimad Bhagavatam. Modern scientists, however, no information of other planets. Indeed, they hardly conversant with the planets on which we are living. So this is what Prabhupada is telling. And then so it is said that with great deliberation, learned scholars have established truth that distance between Sumeru mountain known as between Sumeru mountain and the mountain Loka Loka is 1/4 of the dimension of universe. So this is how much 1 billion miles is the from Sumeru mountain, the middle of the mountain to the Loka Loka Parvat. This is 1/4. And then that means the whole universal dimension is 4 billion miles. So Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur has given accurate astronomical information about the location of Loka Loka mountain. How did Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur know? Did he have any telescope? Did he have any other instrument to calculate? How can he give exact calculation? So that is the point. They don't need all these things. So uh, information about the location of Loka mountain, the movements of the sun globe and the distance between sun and the circumference of the universe. However, the technical terms used in the astronomical calculations given by the Jyotir Veda are difficult to translate in English. Therefore, to satisfy the readers, we may include the exact Sanskrit text of Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, which records exact calculation regarding universal affairs. So Prabhupada just gave the text and left. He didn't write any purport. So the topmost of Loka, 4 Gajapatis. So they stand there to balance. When Prahlad Maharaj, he is praying to Narsingadev, he says that when Lord Narsingadev, he roared loudly, then the 4 elephants, they ran away out of fear. Now, interestingly, how did Prahlad know that? He is in front of Narsingadev. How can he see that? That is the point. So they have access, they can see it. Otherwise, he will not say. He is not just doing some poetic composition there. He is speaking the facts. Prahlad is telling that the 4 elephants, they are moving, they ran away when Lord Narsingadev, he roared. We can see the verse. We can see the verse. I will just show you the verse from Prahlad Maharaj, where he mentions about this. I will just see this. Which shloka is talking about that verse. Just give me just few seconds. I will show. Now Prahlad is talking about this same elephant in his verses in prayers to learners. Uh, Here it is that नाहं बिभेति अचितेति भयानकस्य जिह्वाग्रनेट्टबुकुटिरपसागुतरंशु अन्तस्त्रिजक्षेत्र शङ्कुकर्ण निर्हादिभीति दिगिभा. Yeah, with a great elephant. See, digibhat are elephants. Even the great elephants, they are actually becoming fearful. Nirhadi bhiti digibhat aribhin nasagre. So Prahlad is telling about these elephants here. He's telling, Array, they are afraid, they are running here and there. So that is the point. So Prahlad is able to see. We are not able to see. He's sitting at his place and he's seeing this. How is it possible? Sorry. So they are there to hold the universe in proper place. And actually, this is nice chapter, nice section to understand. Very interesting. So the names of these elephants are Rishabha, Pushkara, Chuda, Vamana, and Aprajita. So they are responsible for maintaining the planetary system of the universe. That means they balance it. It is not easy. Actually, as soon as the creation starts, the negative energy also is there in the universe, which is meant to destroy. So all the time you have to maintain it. That energy is also Lord only. The time is actually that energy which is destroying. So they have to maintain. You say, what is their job? Why are they standing there? They have to maintain it. See, if you construct a house and just leave it for 2, 3 years without even touching it, you see it is getting destroyed. But if you give it to people, give it on rent to somebody because they know if somebody is staying there, it will maintain. Otherwise, it will get spoiled. Why it is? The time factor is like that. It is going to destroy the anything that is there in the creation. So, and that factor is Lord only. Lord is only destroying in time factor, and Lord is only maintaining in all these forms. So that form of demigods and this, he's giving the energy for maintaining also, and he's destroying also. So both the things are happening by the Lord. So that is his pastime. He creates, maintains, and destroys. And then, so The Supreme Lord is master of all transcendent opulence, and the master of spiritual sky is the Supreme Person, Bhagavan, the super souls of everyone. The demigods led by Indra, the king of heaven, are entrusted with seeing to the affairs of material world. To benefit all living entities in all the varied planets and to increase the power of those elephants and demigods, Lord manifests himself on the top of planet in the spiritual body, uncontaminated by material nature. You see, who is giving the power to elephants and demigods? Lord is only giving. And who is destroying? Lord is only destroying in the form of time. So surrounded by his personal expansion and associates with Vishwaksena. He exhibits all his perfect opulences such as religion and knowledge and his mystic power such as Anima, Lagima and Mahima. He is beautifully situated and is decorated by different weapons in four hands. So this is how the Lord functions here. The various forms of Supreme Lord such as Narayana, Vishnu are beautifully decorated with different weapons. The Lord exhibits these forms to maintain all the varied planets created by his personal potency. He is only maintaining. So, and destroying, he only. That means the whole creation is in such a way that it always goes down only. Somebody should be there to hold it. If you don't hold, it will fall. Brahma was busy in creation, he didn't pay little attention. Then the whole earth planet went into Garbhoda Ocean. Then he started thinking, Arey, what should I do? Then Lord came and he brought it back as Varahadev. Right? So the point is, if you don't pay attention, even our consciousness also, if you don't pay attention, it will go down. And it is always want to go down. That means we want to happily sleep. So Sambhavami Atmamaya. I appear by my internal potency. The word Atmamaya refers to the Lord's personal potency. After creating both the material and spiritual world through Yogamaya, the Supreme Lord personally maintains them by expanding himself in different categories of Vishnu Murtis and demigods. He maintains the material creation from beginning to end and he personally maintains the spiritual world. You see, he is only maintaining. My dear king, outside Loka mountain track known as Aloka, which expands from the same birth as the area within the mountains, which is 1 billion miles. Beyond Aloka is the destination of who aspire for liberation from the material world. It is beyond the jurisdiction of material modes of nature. Therefore, it is completely pure. Lord Krishna took Arjuna through this place to bring the sons of Brahmanas. It's very pitch dark because there is no sunlight there. The sun is situated vertically in the middle of the universe, in between the Bhuloka and Bhuvarloka, which is called Antariksha, the outer space. So distance between sun and the circumference of the universe is 25 koti yojanas. That is 2 billion miles. The sun god. Now, because sun is explained, next chapter is about sun god only. The sun god is known as Viraja, the total material body of all living entities. Because he entered this dull egg of the universe at the time of creation is called as Martanda. He is known as Hiranyagarbha because he receives this material body from Hiranyagarbha, Lord Brahma. So the post of Lord Brahma is meant for very highly elevated, spiritually advanced living beings. When such living beings are unavailable, Lord Vishnu expands himself. This takes place very rarely. So sometimes Brahma is an ordinary living entity, sometimes Brahma is Supreme Lord. So whether Brahma is Supreme Lord or ordinary living entity, he is known as Vairaj Brahma and Hiranyagarbha Brahma. Therefore, Sun God is also accepted as Vairaj or Hiranyagarbha. O king, sun god, the sun planet divides all the directions of the universe. It is only because of the presence of sun that we can understand what the sky, the higher planets, this world, or planets are. It is also only because of sun that we can understand each planet are for material enjoyment, which are for liberation, which is hellish and subterranean. All living. That means sun is dividing. Where sun is there, till sun rays passes, it is all heavenly planets and earthly planets. No sun, it is subterranean planets. And beyond this, hellish planets. So who is dividing? Gayatri mantra is also chanting of sun only. The sun is the main source. So all living entities include demigods, human beings, birds, insects, reptiles, creepers, trees depend upon the heat and light given by the sun god from the sun planet. Furthermore, it is because of the sun's presence that all living entities can see. Therefore, he is called Drik Ishvara, the Supreme Lord presiding over sight. There is no sun not only in heaven, hellish planet, even below Sargas, below the earth, Atala, Sutala, Atata, Atala, Rasatal, Patal, there is no sun in all these planets. But it is still they survive. That is also Lord's mercy. Prabhupada writes that the actual life and soul of all living entity within the universe is sun. Therefore, Upasya, worshipable. He worshipped the sun god by chanting Gayatri Mantra, Om Bhur Swaha. Surya is the life and soul of this universe, and there are innumerable universes from which the sun god is in the life and soul, just as Supreme Lord in the life and soul of entire creation. So, and then we complete it. Same time. 19th and 20th chapters are going parallel. So thus end the Bhaktivedanta purports of the fifth canto, 20th chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled Studying the Structure of Universe. I will show the physical structures after Prem Gorang Pro's presentation, because I will be able to get a new understanding. Then I will go with the presentation. So not a problem. Yes, Gail Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Yeah,
Hare Krishna.
when it said that the elephants, they what do they uphold the planets or balance the planets? So I
They
was
try
thinking
to
about
balance
Ananta
the
Shri.
universe.
Yeah, I don't understand what they're actually doing, and what's the difference between what they're doing and what Ananta Shesha is doing with the planets.
What is their daily duty? I also don't know. But
No,
whatever is mentioned
no,
here.
no. I mean, Ananta Shesha, he holds up the planets on his hoods, right?
Oh, he's supporting from below. These people are balancing it. Like, say you have a disc in the water and it is floating. So it may get imbalanced. No? It may tilt. So if you don't want to tilt it, you have to put four sides same weight so that it will float properly. If you have
Mm-hmm.
imbalance, it may tilt. So these elephants are so that the Bhumandala don't tilt. It will remain stable in four sides. They stand.
But then, what are those elephants? What are they standing on? Are they're
No,
standing?
they are
Yeah.
standing
What?
on the corners. Like you are standing on different corners so that it will not get tilted. They are standing on Bhumandala only, but they are
Oh,
standing.
oh, oh, oh. Okay,
You are holding the plate in
okay.
four sides so that it won't tilt. Like this.
Yeah, 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 yeah. But the Bhumandala,
Uh,
I understand. I understand that the elephants are standing on top of the disc of Bhumandala, but then Bhumandala itself is resting on what?
it is on Garbhodaka Ocean.
It's directly on Garbhodaka Ocean.
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm. And then and then where is Ananta Shesha in
It's
relationship
below it.
to
I'll
that?
send you the maybe on tomorrow. I'll show the images. I'm waiting
Uh,
for Prabhuji to complete it, then I will give my presentation.
uh, okay, Prabhu. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mm.
Any other questions, comments?
Uh,
Okay. Brilliant. Yeah. Thank you all very much. Tantra Srimad